Prafulla Ketkar is editor of the RSS magazine Organiser. Sudhanshu Trivedi is BJP national spokesperson. R Venkatesh leans to the BJP point of view on this, policy analyst from Chennai. Kumar Ketkar leans against the BJP on this. Saba Naqvi presumably also does. Senior journalist joining us from Delhi, Saba Naqvi, and Jitendra Awhad joining us in some time, and Kumar Ketkar with us in the studio. Thank you very much. Tasleem Ahmed Rehmani, President of the Muslim Political Council of India. Let's start with you, Dr. Rehmani. Do you think the saffron terror, supposed saffron terror angle has been destroyed after today? If someone were to tell you the supposed saffron terror angle has been destroyed after today, would you agree with it, Dr. Rehmani? And it's an open debate, by the way. Yeah.
No, I do not. And when you say that whether it was the UPA which was using the investigating agencies, I ask whether it is UPA or NDA. I feel the NDA is trying to utilize its political power to malign and to affect the investigating process by this multiplicity of investigating agencies. There is ATS, there is NIA, there is CBI, there is IB. There are so many agencies who are contradicting each other in the cases. And $1 million question arises: if the Sadhvi Pragya, Colonel Purohit, and all these five accused were
not Venkatesh opening on the other side,
were not there, then who were the 9 accused has been acquitted by the lower court just few days back. And then who is the real culprit? What is the difference? What is the difference between the MCOCA and UAPA? You say that the MCOCA cannot be admissible.
One minute, sir. Those are all technical. Those are all technical arguments. Those are all technical arguments. We will leave it to the courts. But please ask yourself a question: that if NIA comes out with an evidence and says that a particular community or a particular person is not involved, you are not ready to believe it. You are ready to believe all those in case where they fix somebody. No, that is how.
How long?
No, I will tell you. Now, you said about IB. You said about IB.
In case under Raghuvanshi is different.
Sir, in case of Samjhauta, in case of the Gujarat encounter. In case of the Gujarat encounter, you said you are refusing to believe IB. Now you are quoting the IB. So whatever suits you will quote.
But do you believe the NIA? Sorry. No, 1 second. R Venkatesh, 1 minute. Gentlemen, stop. 1 minute. MR, stop. 1 minute. Just stop. 1 minute. Close the argument. I'm coming in with one counter question. Welcome to Jitendra Awhad. 1 second. Calm down. Tasleem Rehmani, calm down. Jitendra Awhad, welcome to the debate. Now, please correct your facts right now, right here on Newshour. R Venkatesh. Consistency. Yesterday I said one thing, the Hindi translation, Sudhanshu Trivedi helped me on the program, is Nirantarta. Maintain Nirantarta in your argument, consistency in your argument, R Venkatesh. Do you believe that Shrikant Purohit is guilty or not? Do you believe that Colonel Shrikant Purohit is guilty or no? Do you believe that Colonel Shrikant Purohit is guilty of involvement in the 2008 Malegaon blast? Answer my question. Yes or no?
Sir,
No, yes or no?
I don't believe
it. Because the question, no, you won't believe it. That's the sorry. I'm sorry to say this. MR, I'll have to tell you strongly. Sorry to say this, but this is the part where I find your position to be slightly hypocritical. One second. Can I counter it, Tasleem, please? This is the part, R Venkatesh, where I find your position to be hypocritical. You believe the NIA and say NIA is perfect when it says that Sadhvi Pragya is innocent. But when the same NIA, I'll get Jitendra Awhad to respond. 1 minute. Are bhai, are you going to censor me on my own program, please? Will you let me speak?
I will tell you why.
Will you let me say anything, please?
I will tell you.
No, MR, you can't be so intolerant towards the other point of view. I disagree with you. It's okay. I'm allowed to.
I am telling you.
I'm allowed to. Boy, what is this? You don't let me say a word.
This is not right. National security issue. You cannot compromise.
MR, listen. No, 1 second. I'll get 1 second. There are others in the panel also. Unko bhi bolne dijiye.
Terrorism is being politicized.
No, 1 second. Okay. Will I have to keep saying 1 second throughout the entire program? 1 minute, wait, please. R Venkatesh,
you are politicizing. Just to save the RSS.
The term Hindu terror was invented. The term Hindu terror was definitely a political one. It is not in IPC. It is not in RSS. It is not in the Constitution.
Just to save the RSS, you are doing all these gimmicks.
Sir, no. It is on the contrary to save some Muslim terrorists
from ISI. The issue of terrorism is a fake issue. It's a fabricated issue. and it is the compromise of the national security.
Is that the UPA
it has been fabricated by few days.
Opening the debate tonight. Now, I want the second set to come in, and gentlemen, Saba Naqvi, one second, please understand. To Saba, Prafulla Ketkar, R Venkatesh, Sudhanshu Trivedi, Kumar Ketkar and Jitendra Awhad, I just have one thing to say. Please be clear tonight. We have a very aggressive participant in this debate, and that person's name is R Venkatesh. If you can match your aggression with him, you will be free to come in, because otherwise he will leave you way behind. I want at this stage Jitendra Awhad. I want Jitendra Awhad to come in. Jitendra Awhad. Are bhai, Tasleem Rehmani. This is not
why right. The Roni Salyar is saying that the NDA government...
Jitendra Awhad wants to say something. 1 second. I asked a question. I asked a question. Saba, 1 minute. I asked a question, Jitendra Awhad, and I did not get a clear answer from R Venkatesh. I said, you believe the NIA when it says that Sadhvi Pragya is innocent. But you don't like the NIA when it says that Shrikant Purohit is not innocent, because the NIA says that Shrikant Purohit floated the Abhinav Bharat in 2006 despite being a serving commissioned officer in the army, which is against the service rules. The same NIA says that along with the other accused, he collected funds for the organization and used it to procure weapons and explosives for unlawful activities, and he was labeled one of the key members of the criminal conspiracy. This is what the NIA says. When the NIA says this, Jitendra Awhad, then R Venkatesh says, I don't like the NIA. When the NIA says Sadhvi Pragya is innocent, then R Venkatesh likes the NIA. I find this hypocritical. I don't mince my words. You know that. R Venkatesh, Jitendra Awhad into the debate, please. Jitendra Awhad, and responding to him will be Sudhanshu Trivedi. Jitendra Awhad.
Basically, I think that in the today's political statement of NIA, I mean by it, political statement, the advocate representing this case in the court has resigned. He has withdrawn his resignation now, but he said he was not aware of what is happening in this case. What was the necessity of NIA leaking all this news to the press before it went to the court? And now, when I hear it from your mouth that the NIA says that they formed an organization named as Abhinav Bharat, and then they had a constitution of its own, they collected funds, and Pradnya Singh Thakur was a member of this Abhinav Bharat. She attended all the meetings, and probably, if I am not wrong, the laptop which Sudhakar Trivedi's, which was got from Sudhakar Trivedi by the investigating agency, I think he has all the details of it. So how can you give a clean sheet to Pradnya Singh Thakur? The second thing, which is the most important thing, how can you malign the image of the most upright officer of Maharashtra cadre, Mr. Hemant Karkare, by saying that he fudged with the investigation? Now I have a simple question for NIA. Are you ready to prosecute all the officers who are on duty in Maharashtra police till today? There are senior IPS officers, they are sitting at the most important positions today also. And they were a part of this ATS team which investigated Malegaon bomb blast and who arrested Sadhvi, Pradnya Singh Thakur, Colonel Purohit, Sudhakar Trivedi, and everybody in this case. So I think you are maligning the images of officers. You are putting a question mark on the integrity of Maharashtra police, and it's a shame.
Okay.
Just for your political convenience, you are doing it. I think you are not, this multiplicity of this investigating agencies and mingling around with the investigating agencies is not going to help the nation.
Yeah. Now you see, Sudhanshu Trivedi, I see you raise your hand on the program, but I want to tell you something about Sadhvi Pragya. Now, this is also a very serious matter. Feel free. No. We'll open up the debate. I see a lot of hands going up. I enjoy a good debate. So do all our viewers. But let's put some facts here. The fact is, if you have decided कि सबको clean sheet देना है बारी-बारी से, maybe you are giving clean sheets in installments. Maybe you have started clean sheets in installments in this case, Sudhanshu Trivedi, because you are arguing that Sadhvi Pragya has been given a clean sheet. It is only because, and I want you to admit on Newshour tonight, Sudhanshu Trivedi, that this is only because everyone who submitted statements against her subsequently retracted. The date of retraction is unclear. If you allege a political conspiracy in implicating Sadhvi Pragya, can you rule out Sudhanshu Trivedi a political hand in witnesses turning hostile? And I'm talking about witnesses other than those who have made their submissions under MCOCA. There is prosecution witness number 79 who initially claimed that Sadhvi Pragya was part of a meeting in Bhopal where it was decided that revenge must be taken against Muslims. He later retracted this statement before a magistrate saying, I have not attended this meeting. You want me to give you the example of more witnesses who have retracted their statement, Sudhanshu Trivedi? Prosecution witness number 55. Okay, reply. I can give you more examples of retraction. But it appears you don't want to listen to me.
Ground and on the political ground.
Yeah, go on.
As our one fellow panelist was mentioning on the technical ground about that Sudhakar Chaturvedi's statement which is recorded on the laptop. In that statement, yes, there are provocative communal statements even against very harsh words against Muslims, but there is no reference of explosive terrorist or other activities. Now, on the technical aspect,
so why have witnesses turned hostile is my question. You are not answering my question. आप मेरे सवाल का जवाब बिल्कुल नहीं दे रहे. मैं आपको सीधा सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ. 19 witnesses turned hostile. 19 witnesses turned hostile. Tell me why.
जवाब मिलेगा.
नहीं मिल तो नहीं रहा.
मिलेगा.
19 witnesses hostile क्यों हो गए?
अरे सुनिए तो जनाब मिल जाएगा.
सुन तो रहा हूँ सुधांशु त्रिवेदी मगर आप जवाब नहीं दे रहे.
This investigation is not only unique in the India, but in the entire world in three aspects.
I'm sure, I agree, it's unique. 19 witnesses don't turn hostile every day, it's unique.
It has never happened that initially the direction of investigation was in one direction, suddenly U-turned and gone back.
Who's doing the U-turn?
At that point are now not
No, but who's doing the U-turn?
The original direction was the same.
No, but who's doing the U-turn?
It was the UPA government under which. And second point,
okay, Saba is coming in.
The picture will be more clear. Second point, it is the only incident in the entire world. In anywhere in the world when there is a terrorist activity, the national agencies give an input and the international agencies give input. It is the only case in which the input of the international agencies and the input of the national agencies are different. Like in Samjhauta Express case, FBI is saying it is the Pakistani ploy. Even the Arif Kasmani's process is there. But they are saying, initially they were saying this is a Pakistani ploy. Now they are saying this is a Saffron ploy. Third thing,
sir, I'm sorry. No, I have a suggestion. I have a suggestion. Sudhanshu Trivedi, thoda sa.
In the Ishrat Jahan case, my basic question is, why all these things happen only in the so-called Hindu terror cases? This categorically shows the contradictions. अरे भाई मैं कह रहा हूं ना, ये सारा का सारा सो कॉल्ड सैफरन टेरर केसेस में क्यों हुआ? डायरेक्शन एक डायरेक्शन में गया, लौट आया. इंटरनेशनल एजेंसी कुछ और कह रही है, हम कुछ और कह रहे हैं, और आईबी और सीबीआई एक दूसरे के खिलाफ खड़ी हो गई. बस ये टेक्निकल पर्याप्त है. नाउ ऑन द पॉलिटिकल ग्राउंड लेट मी कंप्लीट वन मोर सेंटेंस.
नो यू कांट हैव एंडलेस टाइम. पॉलिटिक्स पे बाद में आएंगे. नहीं तथ्य पे है. वी आर ऑन फैक्ट्स. पॉलिटिक्स बाद में. सुधांशु त्रिवेदी, पॉलिटिक्स बाद में तथ्यों पे डिबेट हो. लेट द डिबेट बी ऑन फैक्ट्स. 1 minute. Now Sudhanshu Trivedi, let us debate on facts. I think we are watching the viewers are watching the news tonight. They would like the debate to happen on facts and not on politics. And Sudhanshu Trivedi.
अरे भाई इन्वेस्टिगेशन के बाद आपने निष्कर्ष ड्रॉ किया होता. If you had drawn any inference after
Tasleem Ahmed is responding.
Then how you are using
there are many in the debate responding.
How in July?
Let's keep it flowing. 1 second. Yes, Tasleem Ahmed.
Why the NIA has to be constituted? On what basis? You tell me. Swami Asimanand has very clearly stated that he met with
an investigation
Mr. Mohan Bhagwat. He got the Ashirwad of Mr. Mohan Bhagwat.
Mr. Rehmani,
Swami Asimanand is on record saying. He is on record saying that he met Mr. Mohan Bhagwat near Nagpur and he gave him the Ashirwad.
Chidambaram has said in December 2009 Saffron terror when the cases were transferred to 2011 to NIA.
Can you deny the training camps being held in Western Uttar Pradesh? Can you deny that they belong to the Saffron organizations? Can you deny that?
Rehmani ji has reminded a very good statement. This was a statement given by UPA Home Minister Sushil Kumar Shinde in January 2013. Hindu Atangwad word was used and RSS is having a training camp for which he has got a shabashi from Hafiz Saeed. And ultimately he has to retract the statement.
Okay, 1 second. Now Sudhanshu Trivedi, at this point I want you to stop. 1 second, Sudhanshu Trivedi, there has to be a time limit to argument. 1 second. Tasleem Rehmani, Sudhanshu Trivedi, आप दोनों अभी चुप हो जाइए 1 minute के लिए. I want to bring the debate back on track and gentlemen please stop. Thank you very much. Tasleem Rehmani, thank you very much. Thank you. 1 second. Saba on one side, Prafulla Ketkar on the other. I'm getting panelists panelists into the debate because I want everyone to have their say, and then I want everyone to come in. Now my question is, at this point of time, before you come in, Saba, just a small point I want to make out here is that if this is going to be the case, if this is going to be the way, if this is going to be the manner in which our National Investigation Agency is going to run, and I'm not saying they did a great job in Congress and bad job in BJP, or a bad job in BJP or a great job in Congress. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, for God's sake, don't politicize our National Investigation Agency. Otherwise, we will come to a situation where we will have like parties like Congress Party at Congress S and Congress I. We will soon have NIA Congress and NIA BJP and NIA JDU and NIA RJD. That is unfortunately the level to which we have politicized our agencies. Yes, Saba, please.
So can I say?
Yes, Saba, go on.
Now, yes. First of all, Arnab, to Sudhanshu's point that how did this investigation take a turn? Factually, it took a turn after Hemant Karkare came out with certain facts, and he put together a charge sheet, and he did not, that is how the investigation took a turn. I have no doubt that the Congress used it politically. Nobody is arguing about that. But as you say, these were individuals who, some of them were possibly terrorists. Now,
one second. These two statements don't match. These two statements don't match. Sorry, Saba. Saba, you can't say both things. Saba, 1 minute. Saba, 1 minute. No. Sudhanshu Trivedi, 1 minute. No, Saba. Sudhanshu Trivedi, I want to understand how, Saba, you can make this comment. You say, I have no doubt that the Congress used this politically, but some of these people must be terrorists. Sorry, 1 second. How do you say both things? If the Congress used it politically, then how do you follow up saying some of them would be terrorists? Is it a fishing expedition? Is it a fishing expedition?
Arnab, I am saying that there was, no, you've got to hear me out. You can't just conclude what I'm saying. I am saying there was evidence which came before a hero cop called Hemant Karkare, who was a national hero. He died in very, very unfortunate circumstances. As is unfortunately happens in our country, people politicize issues like terror. The Congress has done it in a certain fashion, the BJP does it in another fashion. I'm making a very, very careful point over here. Now about witnesses turning hostile, that this is not the only case in which this has happened, but this has happened in several criminal cases. But the point is, where in the middle of a trial, I want to know the examples when in the middle of a trial, an agency pulls out and says, no. Actually, this whole matter, this lady is probably not guilty. Let the courts decide, regardless of everything else. How does an agency pull out? Does that not show?
Absolutely, Saba.
Okay, Prafulla Ketkar.
That's what we were saying.
Okay, Saba, Prafulla comes in. Keep it short. Prafulla comes in. Yeah, Prafulla Ketkar.
Saba, exactly that was the point we were trying to make since 2008 when the first time Saffron terror term was coined. See, please try and understand. Arnab, you also stop calling it as a U-turn. Please call it as back to square one. Because this is not the first time that is happening with our investigation agency in all these cases. It's not a U-turn. It's back to square one. It's back to square one because in all these cases, whether Malegaon bomb blast, whether Samjhauta, whether Ishrat Jahan, and Mr. Awhad is the last person to talk about this.
Jitendra Awhad.
Ishrat Jahan as the martyr. So please, the people who have used investigative agencies for political purpose, they don't have the right to argue on this.
He says
neither Digvijay Singh nor Jitendra Awhad.
No, he says Jitendra Awhad. He made a specific response to you.
This is back to square one.
Yeah, no, what was your point on Jitendra Awhad? Say it, because he
is trying to make hero out of Mr. Karkare. Karkare was upright officer. Everybody is proud of him. But one officer and investigation agencies are two different things.
Will you please ask your own leaders who went and met Manmohan Singh to remove Mr. Hemant Karkare from the investigating agency? It was Mr. Advani, Mr. Rajnath Singh who met Mr. Manmohan Singh. And for your information and for the information of the nation, on 26th 11 morning, Mr. Narayanan, then the NSA chief, called upon Mr. Hemant Karkare. We came from Delhi, met Mr. R Patil and said that
it is not about one person. It is about the investigation. It is about the misuse of investigation agency, Mr. Awhad. It is about the misuse of investigation agency. It is not about one person. Please don't try to play the card of Mr. Karkare. Karkare was upright officer. The question is whether you misuse the agency. The way you tried to do it in Ishrat Jahan case.
Nobody misused as a don't malign the image of Maharashtra police. Maharashtra police did the investigation and the investigation was on dot. You are misusing power and you are misusing investigation.
Please, nobody.
Who are you to conclude before the court coming to the conclusion? Why did you leak it to the press? Why did you leak it to the press? Why the lawyer was not aware of what's happening in the court? What's happening in the charge sheet?
Why there was a U-turn?
I am asking you a simple question in this case. Why was the lawyer not aware of what's happening?
Why samjhota?
Forget about all blast. We are talking about the recent happenings, which has happened in 24 hours. Why was Hassal not aware of what is happening? Why did you hide it from lawyers? Why did you leak it in the press?
Credibility of investigative agencies.
We are questioning your credibility. Don't ever question the integrity of Maharashtra.
Now, Jitendra Awhad, 1 second. Jitendra Awhad and Prafulla Ketkar, pull back because I want to ask a basic question. By the way, I place on record tonight that I disagree tonight strongly, and never have I disagreed more than I disagree with Saba tonight. When Saba says that Karkare died in unfortunate circumstances, Saba, Karkare did not die in unfortunate circumstances, as you say, such subtlety of language. Karkare died in a war. He died in a war perpetrated against India by Pakistan. So please do not be so reticent when it comes to calling a spade a spade. I do not think that 2611 was a description of unfortunate circumstances. 2611 was a war perpetrated on this country by a country called Pakistan. I do not believe in such subtlety of language when it comes to the description of terrorism. However, 1 second, Tasleem Rehmani, I just needed to place my point on that.
He has been instructed. Who instructed? Who instructed him to go to the Kaaba hospital? Who provided him to a faulty bulletproof jacket? There are so many questions. There are questions about the death of
Arnab. 1 minute. One minute. Tasleem Rehmani, if you are questioning, Tasleem Rehmani, the question was raised of flip-flops. Flip-flops, right? I also want to talk about flip-flops as far as this case and all cases are concerned, and I want to place on record tonight that I truly believe all political parties in India want to use investigating agencies for their own benefit. I am asking tonight,
he did not go to the
can I 1 second, can I ask Kumar Ketkar tonight?
And he has been diverted to the
Can I ask Kumar Ketkar a question tonight? Because the problem is that much as my personal regard stays for Kumar Ketkar at a very, very high level, on these issues I never agree with him, but perhaps tonight, Kumar Ketkar, you will see the logic of my argument. My question is, you are among those who are calling this a flip-flop. First, let's agree. Is a flip-flop by this government?
Yeah.
Right? Saba calls it a flip-flop. Okay? Jitendra Awhad calls it a flip-flop. And Tasleem Rehmani calls it a flip-flop. That's the balance on our panel. 4 out of the 7 panelists think it's a flip-flop. So I'd like to take on the 4 of you, starting with you, sir.
You too.
Yes, I do, but unlike you, I have consistency, I have nirantarta. You don't have nirantarta. 1 second,
we also have the same nirantarta.
1 minute.
We are saying that the multiplicity of these investigating agencies should be gone.
I will ask 2 questions. And I don't want anyone to dodge the argument. I like those people who question flip-flops. But why question this flip-flop, Kumar Ketkar, when none of the 4 of you questioned the dramatic change in the direction of the investigation when, after listing out the links in these so-called Saffron terror cases with Pakistani terrorists, the agencies found the role of Abhinav Bharat? Why at that time was the flip-flop not questioned? Question number 2. Why did the 4 of you not question the flip-flop when you did not question the same National Investigating Agency for suppressing David Coleman Headley's official documented testimony in which he named Ishrat Jahan and called him a terrorist?
At that time,
in which he named Ishrat Jahan and called him a terrorist. You didn't question the flip-flop then. You didn't question the flip-flop then.
He did not name Ishrat Jahan actually.
Oh yes he did. And the Congress government suppressed it. Sorry. Oh yes he did.
Initially also he had not.
Oh yes, David Coleman Headley
made the statement.
See, this is the problem.
He did not.
See, you're not having nirantarta.
I was present in the court at that time, so I know what happened.
Sir,
the point is not that.
Sir, the point is that you didn't question. You didn't. No, okay.
The then NIA officer Loknath Behura on record has said that in July 2010, David Coleman Hadley has taken the name of Ishrat Jahan.
Yeah, and when there was a U-turn on that, why was that not questioned? The point being, Kumar Ketkar, and I want you to answer.
Did not question the U-turn of Headley himself. But anyway, that is not.
Well, I don't know about the media.
That is not the issue. That is not the issue. The question is Headley's testimony.
Sir, the question is that the flip-flop was not questioned.
Discussing Headley.
Sir, the flip-flop was not questioned when it suited the narrative that you were trying to push. You were trying to suit a narrative about so-called saffron terror. When the flip-flop suited the narrative that you were trying to push, you were okay with the flip-flop. When the flip-flop doesn't suit the narrative, then you question the flip-flop. Please tell me why it's such inconsistency.
We are not discussing Ishrat, or we are not discussing Headley. At present, we are discussing about Pragya's case. Yeah. About Pragya's guilt. How many times NIA has turned, and if they don't trust earlier NIA, let them sack all the NIA officers.
Would you like to debate?
Let Rajnath Singh, Home Minister, sack or suspend all the officers who investigated this case for last 8 years.
Okay.
Let them be completely sacked or suspended.
Why aren't you answering this question about why the previous
because if all of them are unreliable, if all of them are agents of UPA, if all of them are agents of Congress, if all of them are agents of system, then let them be sacked, let them be suspended, and let the new inquiry begin.
Okay, Sudhanshu Trivedi is responding first, and then I'll get MR Venkatesh on this.
Sudhanshu doesn't let all the investigating officers who investigated for last 8 years, if they are all wrong, I have the advantage of talking directly to Mr. Hemant Karkare. He has shown me most of the evidence. There are still tapes there are tapes outside. There is a lot of video tapes. There is so much evidence outside.
Sir, you tell me.
It will be distinctly.
Viewers, a question goes to
There are two types of evidences.
It is distinctly possible. I am responding to him. It is distinctly possible. The case will have to be reopened. The case will have to be reopened because there is enough evidence outside.
Any government cannot do away with the material evidence.
One second.
There is enough evidence
all these
outside,
cases were based on
now, sir, I request.
Where were the material evidences?
Sir, I request.
And if material evidence was there from 2006
sir, he wants to respond
to 2014 for 8 years, why the prosecution was not there? Forget about the prosecution. Even the charges were not properly framed. Now, in this context, I would like to remind a comparison.
And the investigative
26/11 happened in the month of November 2008. In the span of 4 years, you have conclusively decided, and 4.5 years you have hanged Kasab. 4 साल में आपने डिसीजन ले लिया, मगर यहाँ पर 2006 से 2014 in a span of 8 years you are unable to frame a proper charge sheet. Is it not enough to prove that the investigating agencies were not having a proper evidence?
Arnab has placed
it is not an IA flip-flop.
It was the argument very clearly.
The total political motivation, as I have already mentioned, that NIA got the case in 2011 and in 2009 and 10 the senior leaders like Jitendra Singh, Chidambaram and Rahul Gandhi.
We are not discussing Chidambaram. We are not discussing any other issue. We are discussing Pragya and NIA's flip-flop. That is the only issue we are discussing.
This was not a conclusion from the investigation, but this was a political prejudice which was trying to be given a proper, you can say, a conceptual form on the basis of the vote bank politics of Congress.
Just by continuing loudly the argument does not necessarily mean that you are speaking the truth. The simple question is NIA flip-flop is the subject.
Okay, NIA flip-flop is the subject, right? So here's a question.
When NIA flip-flop.
Okay, and can I come back? Can I come back to the debate? आप दोनों मुझे आने देंगे debate में फिर से. No, one second. Viewers,
NIA, your opinion, NIA under Congress, NIA under BJP having some interest.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, आप देखिए आप दोनों. Sudhanshu Trivedi, शांत होइए. लंबी सांस लीजिए और मुझे डिबेट पे फिर से आने दीजिए.
जवाब दीजिए ना.
अच्छा सुनिए ना सुधांशु त्रिवेदी जी, आप जरा मेरी बात सुनिए जरा. 2 मिनट शांत हो जाइए, लंबी सांस लीजिए, मुझे डिबेट पे आने दीजिए, दूसरों को भी तर्क करने दीजिए आपके साथ. द इशू इज द सब्सटेंटिव इशू ऑफ वेदर देयर वाज फिक्सिंग बाय द NIA, राइट? नाउ आई present here tonight. One second, we'll get Saba, Prafulla Ketkar and MR Venkatesh into the debate. Please, one second. Let's get MR Venkatesh and Saba first, and then Prafulla Ketkar can respond. Now the question is this: Saba, listen. First of all, I find this very strange. A few weeks back, we were debating Ishrat Jahan. When we found this whole Ishrat Jahan file through RTI investigation, we placed the evidence before everyone, and we said, reopen the case, reopen the case, reopen the case. At that point of time, the same Lutyens lobby said, we will not reopen the case. In this particular case, it is now proven that there is no evidence against Sadhvi Pragya. The same group of people, and I don't include Kumar Ketkar in the Lutyens group out here, but same Kumar Ketkar comes and says reopen the case. So you want to reopen Sadhvi?
I did not say reopen. It will be reopened because there is enough evidence outside.
Please explain to me, sir. This beats the logic.
And there will be third flip-flop. Sir, please. There will be third flip-flop by NIA.
Okay. Now, please, sir, please explain to me.
And that will happen.
Sir, I'm losing the train of this argument. Please, someone explain to me the logic. Maybe I get MR Venkatesh. Someone explain to me the logic. When there is no evidence against a person, reopen the case. One second. In the context of Sadhvi Pragya,
there is evidence outside.
When there is evidence in the case of Ishrat Jahan, don't reopen the case.
NIA is saying there is no evidence. There is enough evidence.
What's the
NIA is saying there is no evidence. NIA has flip-flopped. That is the subject of the discussion.
MR Venkatesh.
Enough evidence.
As far as
enough evidence, and that evidence will force. That evidence
as far as
the case.
Okay, Kumar Ketkar, 1 minute, please. Kumar Ketkar, 1 minute. MR, before you come in, I want to settle the case of whether there is enough evidence. The fact of the matter is, in terms of specifics, I place on record, viewers, the only material evidence
against
evidence,
not just evidence, video evidence.
Sir, the only material evidence against her was the fact that the motorcycle used in the bomb blast allegedly belonged to her. However, sir, you are not letting me. However, the NIA has now found that Ramachandra Kalsangra, another accused, was in possession of her motorcycle even before the blast. So, if the only material evidence that links her to the blast does not stand, then what's the clincher against her? Equally, it can be argued that 4 of the people who linked her to the crimes have all retracted their statements, claiming they were under pressure to do so from the ATS. Now, the point is, are you suggesting that all this should not be held because it does not suit a certain narrative? If that is to say, be the argument that let's drop the law, let's break up the legal books.
All the ATS officers who are supposed to have done this.
Okay, let's ask that question.
This is a question of integrity of the intelligence bureau. This is a question.
That's a good point. That's a good question of integrity.
That's the exact point, Mr. Kumar Ketkar. Why NIA didn't do that for 6 years? The kind of proof you are talking about.
Yeah, Prafulla Ketkar.
And if all the
sir, listen. No, Prafulla Ketkar first. Prafulla Ketkar, yeah.
See, the point is that the proofs Mr. Kumar Ketkar is talking about, they were there with NIA. Why NIA?
No, sir.
Presenting it. Did not present it. Why charges were not made? The question is, Kumar Ketkar is making hypothetical statements. If he is so sure about the proofs, he wants to tag everything as Saffron, then please he should go to the court. He is holding on the proof. See, the question is...
I have not used the word Saffron. I have not used the word RSS. I have not used the word terrorism. I have not used the phrase Saffron terrorism. I am merely saying that there is enough proof against Pragya and that is not being presented. And you are saying that is not there. That's the difference.
The question is whether in Malegaon case flip-flop was made during the UPA regime or not. And when the flip-flop was made, did you raise any voice? The question is, it is about investigation agencies.
I am talking about sack the entire ATS.
Whether flip-flop was made during the UPA regime or not.
ATS officers. It is not one man. It is not Hemant Karkare alone.
Sir, on 25th...
That is not going to solve the problem. That is not going to solve the problem. The problem is of political masters.
No. I think
you mean to say all ATS officers were listening to UPA and Congress? They should be sacked then, tabatop. Immediately they should be sacked.
Back on the debate, MR Venkatesh and Saba, and we're taking the debate forward. Let us not also one second. Saba and MR. Okay, MR goes first.
He got evidences from
MR Venkatesh and then Saba. First MR, then Saba.
He got the evidences from Mr. Karkare suggesting that Sadhvi Pragya and Colonel Purohit were involved in the whole thing. Now I just want to ask, if that was the state, and Ketkar died, we all know, in 2008 November, what prevented the UPA government from taking so much of evidence as what Mr. Ketkar says and nail them, lock, stock and barrel by 2014? Now the point is that Mr. Ketkar did not give this evidence.
Saba will respond.
No, please understand, why did Ketkar give the evidence to Mr. Ketkar? Why did he not give it to me? Why did he not give it to some other journalist? Because it is people like Ketkar who are ready to buy these arguments, hook, like and sinker. That is the point. That people who suspend their sense of disbelief, and that is why people like Ketkar.
Okay, Saba is responding at this stage of the debate.
And you are
44 minutes past 9 p.m. and 44 minutes past 9 p.m. and I just want to come in. Kumar Ketkar, however, involved you in the debate. I want you to let some others also come in, please. Now, please understand, viewers. Please understand, viewers, that we are dealing with a very sensitive subject. And M R Venkatesh, if you please let me moderate this panel. Thank you very much. I want to tell the viewers that it is not outside the realms of possibility at all that political handiwork was at play, and Malegaon was used politically by members of the Congress respectively.
Malegaon bomb attacks were not by any ghosts.
Yeah, but you don't.
9 Muslims have been completely acquitted, totally acquitted after 10 years. After about 8 years.
Now will you let Saba come in, please? Saba, please.
No,
Saba is responding. Saba is coming.
Arnab,
yeah.
Now, Arnab, first of all, now can I say one thing? Since you are referring to Lutyens Delhi, I presume in this program you mean me, though I don't live in Lutyens Delhi.
No, Lutyens Delhi is a, you know, those, it's...
Lutyens Delhi is an imaginary place.
Anyway, we're not discussing that.
Don't have a physical connotation.
Okay, imaginary place. Now can I, we're not discussing. Arnab, no. Can I say one thing? Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, Arnab, if there is no evidence against an individual, I am certainly someone who believes they should be let go of. But I want to make the point right here. Do you think there is not an interest in letting go of these cases? Are we saying that the RSS and the BJP is not anxious about it? I mean, are we really getting into that realm where we say the Congress had a motive, but these guys are going strictly by the law? Surely not. Let's be very clear. And one more thing, Arnab, before you you say something, I would also, if we are going to give a terrorist called David Coleman Headley so much importance, we can never ignore what Hemant Ketkar put down in files and tapes and recordings of evidence. That's it.
Okay, one second. Just one minute. I like this thought. I like this thought that we should look at evidence. I go by evidence. I don't go by suppositions, interpretations, or incantations. I simply go by the facts in this case. Now, Saba, we have investigated the facts, and the fact is this. We put out a document in the public domain, a Ministry of Home Affairs document, which says about the Mecca Masjid blast of 2007, while also claiming that local police suspected the involvement of terrorists from Bangladesh with the help of some local elements. And it says, and I quote, "It has been gathered that Muhammad Shahid alias Bilal, a resident of Hyderabad and a Lashkar-e-Toiba Jaish-e-Mohammed activist, was behind this incident that the explosive was placed by one Hamza alias Kanchan alias Sharifuddin, a Bangladeshi who is also wanted in the case by the Delhi police." Now, this narrative, which is a factual narrative of the Congress government, was for some inconceivable reasons dropped like a hot potato later. Hence, why should I not question whether or not there was political handiwork at play in the Malegaon blast of 2008? You asked the question, why are these people being let off now? My question would have been, why was Muhammad Shahid and Hamza let off earlier? Why is that question not asked? Proof has emerged. There were detailed leads with the Ministry of Home Affairs, and I'm not referring at all to what David Coleman Headley says, that in late 2007, which debunked the so-called Hindu terror angle in several other cases. We also showed several Home Ministry documents at that point of time. This was also the point of time when on August 25th, 2010, the former minister in the Home Affairs Ministry, P. Chidambaram, himself spoke of Saffron terrorism. How can I, or you, or Kumar Ketkar, or M R Venkatesh discount the possibility that facts were disregarded, that facts were mutilated, destroyed to suit a certain political narrative? Let's apply our minds here. I say, take away the politics, Saba. What is going on in this country? On basics, what are we doing?
I want to remind.
No, 1 second. I got MR Venkatesh to come in first. Yeah.
70 boys were
and also if this has to be looked at the context of the various cases. Let us take the Ishrat Jahan case also. You said that there was an encounter, and finally it is now coming out it was not. It was a genuine encounter and not a fake encounter. The IB did pass on certain information. Now you say that no, we won't believe that. Now you see, you can have a suspended sense of disbelief, Saba, but the fact of the matter is there was huge amount of political intervention during UPA regime. Probably that is being corrected at this point in time, and that may not suit your political narrative or my political narrative.
Okay, Saba is responding now. 1 second, MR, Saba is responding. Saba is responding. Saba is responding. You hear the response? No, MR, let Saba respond to you. MR, listen to her response. Listen to her response. MR, this is not right. Listen to her response.
The fact of the matter is UPA was interested in labeling this majority government as terrorist. UPA could not take action.
Are you saying there is no political interest now? Are you saying there is no political interest now?
I'm only saying
you can shout as much as you like. We can also try and shout back. Are you saying there is no political interest? Are you saying people are not linked to the RSS? Are you saying the RSS was not worried? Do you know, for those who cover politics, do you know everyone?
Prafulla, later.
The question is, you didn't raise this voice.
The RSS has interest.
Participate in the cover-up. That is the problem, Saba, that you don't understand.
The RSS has an interest in these cases, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
That is the point. That is the charge.
There is far too much.
As Ketkar says, that people will have to face music.
There are still people, there are still people.
After this.
Did Asimanan's confession come out?
Should I extend the debate?
That will happen. Asimanan's confession.
People retract. People retract.
If he is guilty.
Okay, all right. At this point, I bring Sudhanshu Trivedi back into the debate. I bring Sudhanshu Trivedi back to the debate. Now I will argue from the other perspective tonight. Now 1 second, MR. Wait. Don't get so enthused, because I certainly presented some facts tonight to contradict the position. I find a lack of consistency in the argument. I argue on that side, but I also find equally, MR Venkatesh, a lack of consistency in what the BJP government is doing. The fact remains, and I also want to know, there is a discernible change in direction since you took over. You can say it's because we are pursuing the truth, or you can say it's because we are protecting our own people. The NIA, Sudhanshu Trivedi, completely changed its position since you came to power in the Malegaon 2006 case. Now, Sudhanshu Trivedi, listen to my question, and Tasleem Rehmani can come in after that. From pleading for the discharge of 9 Muslim men who were initially arrested in the case to seeking that they should not be let off, the NIA has done a total flip-flop.
And they were arrested by the UPA.
And
they were arrested under UPA.
Yeah.
So if UPA was trying to appease them, obviously they would not have arrested them.
No.
And finally they were acquitted during current regime.
Ultimately the 9
Muslims who have also been taken out of charges.
Okay.
Were stripped of the charges.
Acquitted
understood
now,
the point.
And they were arrested during UPA regime. So you cannot say that UPA was
I would like to put a political angle now on.
Political angle.
We have discussed a lot about the technicalities.
You were saying everything is politics. Now UPA, I am just telling you that
political angle.
Okay, Sudhanshu Trivedi.
What happened?
Sudhanshu Trivedi.
You are saying, and our fellow panelists are saying that there is a change in the instance.
Listen.
There is a flip-flop.
UPA would not have arrested them. UPA arrested them.
Okay, listen to him now. Please, go on.
Mr. Kumar Ketkar, you are free to have your own opinion regarding what NIA has done during our time and what NIA has done
listen to him, sir.
Other times. You can say there is not a consistency, but as Arnab has used a phrase, nirantarta, magar there is a consistency in the mindset. निरंतरता है एक मनोविज्ञान में, बिकॉज पॉलिटिक्स में ये इंपॉर्टेंट है कि किसने कहा है, क्या मानसिकता में बता रहा हूं. They are the same people who say that Yaqub Menon was a victim of circumstance.
No, watch.
The same people who say that Afzal Guru was having a judicial killing. The same people who say Ishrat Jahan was Bihar ki beti. Ye same people who uses to have the phrase
Tasleem Ahmed.
The same people who used to have the
I want to remind you the statement of Mr. L. K. Advani. I want to remind you the statement of Mr. L. K. Advani.
And the same people are are saying that despite proper investigation, if Pragya Singh Thakur has been stripped off of all the charges, they are saying this is politics. The politics is having a consistency. आपकी राजनीति में, आपके राजनीतिक दृष्टिकोण में बिल्कुल एक खतरनाक निरंतरता है, जो हर आतंकवादी के लिए आंसू बहाती है। सोनिया जी की आंखों में आंसू बटाला हाउस इनकाउंटर के लिए आते हैं। आप एक बार बता दीजिए कि किसी फौजी के लिए उसका सर कट गया तो उनकी आंखों में आंसू आए हों।
उसके जवाब
You never single Congress leader who has visited the houses of those soldiers who were beheaded. Not even a single. This is a consistent mindset, and this is the mindset who has forced the NIA to take the U-turn. That's why in all the cases there is no material evidence. It's only and only statement. And you know that statements can change. The material evidence cannot change.
You want to wage a war, civil war in the country.
If at all there was a material evidence, then why it took more than 8 years for your government not to have a proper charge sheet?
Why you are imparting training, military training to the youth, in 20,000 youth in
when you are unable to frame charges in 6 to 8 years,
for a war
and then you are blaming that we are unable to put more charges.
The international limelight because of that.
With so much of vengeance and bias, you are unable to put any material evidence. I would like to challenge you, Mr. Rehmani, if you can show a single material evidence that was shown in court at the time and which has not been put up by NIA this time.
9 boys has been acquitted by the lower court, and now the NIA says that this Sadhvi Pragya was not involved. Then who committed those blasts? Who committed Makkah Masjid blast? Who committed Malegaon blast? Who committed Samjhota blast? How can you evade like that? Even the court is saying that those 9 boys
were innocent. If you do not want to believe the Indian agencies, at least have some respect for international agencies. They are giving a categorical information that Samjhota Express was the handiwork of Pakistan.
They did not contest their bail.
Even the financial trail has been found out.
Even in the lower
court. The Makkah Masjid was the handiwork of the Bangladeshis.
No, it is not proved.
The material evidence for in favor of that.
What it is, that those material evidence you are.
That's why you are unable to put forth any material evidence in the court.
70 boys has been compensated for that case. They were arrested and released
and as far as
the case, and it was said
relieving from conviction is concerned. Even the Muslims have been relieved from the Samjhota Express case.
98% is the rate of acquittal of Muslim boys. Do you know? 98% is the rate of acquittal. You could not prove even a single case.
8 or 9 Muslim boys have been acquitted during our government. Then you have not made a religious issue. As soon as the charges which your government was unable to prove on Pragya Thakur in 8 years, and we have said then we are communal.
Abdul Qayyum,
in my opinion, at least the national security and investigative agencies should not be made a battleground of the communal and vote bank politics.
How many names can I tell you?
Well, Sudhanshu Trivedi, I want to say two things.
The national security.
Can you please understand? Just I want to say just two things before I close the debate tonight. And what a debate it's been. And what a debate it's been. One second. I am delighted we're at least talking about the facts here. What a debate it's been. What a debate it's been. I say two things before I close the debate tonight. 1 minute. First of all, two things you remember in this case. First, to the BJP, I want to say, don't forget that the special public prosecutor in the Malegaon blast case has gone on record to being pressurized since the change of the political dispensation. I am talking about Salian. Now, 1 second. On the other side.
Only after the charge sheet is filed.
That's okay.
Then the court comes in action. Proper that it is the investigative agency. So there is no role of public prosecutor unless until it is the investigative part. When it comes in the court proceeding.
To the second side tonight, to the other side tonight, I want to say that remember when the then Home Minister Sushil Kumar Shinde started fear-mongering about the RSS promoting his words, Hindu terrorism at training camps. Don't forget that there was politics going on. You wanted to craft a certain narrative before the 2014 general elections. I feel
Hindu terrorism.
It's a tragedy for this country. It's a tragedy for this country that terror has been politicized, and we need to look at it from both sides, not because it suits the narrative that one side or the other is trying to push. I thank you all for joining me. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you very much. Back with debate 2 in